worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week,
it's more important if we can work strategically to grow the game, which they have done well. They have worked very well with the Chinese embassy in growing the game of football. They have managed to establish a league.
We are very grateful to all the participating players, the various clubs, and all the managers who have supported the athletes.
The men's individual category was won by Thomas Keddy of Stroke Woodball Club with 97 points, while Sophie Namudu won the women's individual club with 66 points.
To win, it has been really patience. It has been God with us, and then I think it has been our persistence to do it.
Coming up in Live at 8, President Museveni challenges young people to consolidate continent's Welcome and thank you for watching Ndejje University TV. This is Live at 8. My name is ANSLEM OJARU and here are the news in details. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni launched a book authored by the first daughter, entrepreneur and evangelist Patience Rawogo, with a call for the young generation to use the exposure and build capacity to consolidate the victory of Africa that was started by the ancestors and the elders. Let's have more on that.
But to the whole world and Patience, congratulations again for putting together.
In his speech at the launch of the book, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni showed his gratitude towards the young people for realizing the problem of Africa as an endemic curse of selling our birthright.
I'm very happy to have a priest in my family for the first time in 140 years. This is because for us we are cattle keepers. We are cattle keepers. We have nothing to do with all other things. Just cows, and some crops. But now Patience has shown us that you can be a cattle keeper but also a priest.
Museveni also added that Africa has everything and therefore should not be intimidated by those threatening to cut off aid.
Otherwise, Africa, we have everything. When some people say we shall cut off aid, what aid are you giving? We don't need aid. We have everything here.
Museveni advised the parents to talk to their children and to advise them effectively.
I think for the parents, it is also important to note that you do your best for the children. You may not know that they are picking much of what you are telling them, but in the end, you may be surprised. They may be picking a lot of what you are telling them. Even Mzee Kaguta was surprised. He used to think that I was playing football, not caring about what they were doing. But when I grew up and I started doing things, he said, "How did you remember this?" He didn't know that I was studying whatever was happening.
Pastor Patience extensively discusses the role of the church and in particular the African church in God's plan to redeem nations and her spiritual encounter with God at the age of 11.
The second plane is the revelation that I started receiving from God in 2005 when I saw a vision of God's redemptive purpose for Africa. I heard God's voice say, "Out of what was called darkness will come a great light," and that this light would come from within us. I discovered that the vision that Uganda is the heart of Africa, and that as Uganda aligns with God's redemptive purpose, it will have a domino effect in the rest of Africa. That was the beginning of the revelation. And over the last 17 years, the revelation has continued to grow. Like an onion, each revelation from God opens the door to the next, always going deeper and deeper into the counsel of God. God started revealing that we cannot move forward as a continent without dealing with the spiritual roots of two of the seminal events in African history: slavery and colonialism.
Patience also added that she is amazed to see how God has continued to reveal and confirm his words all these years.
I am amazed to see how God has continued to reveal and confirm his word over the years. The final plane that God revealed is the role of the church, and by the church I mean all Christians, in God's plan to redeem nations, and in particular, the role of the African church. God showed me that the church is central to God's redemptive plan, and it is only when the church understands her role and has a paradigm shift that she will be used mightily of God to disciple nations.
The guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Sim Holly, who is an African-American minister and civil rights leader, hailed Uganda for good climate and hospitality. The function was attended to by various people from all diverse groups, among which include the First Lady, Janet Museveni, Pastor Dr. Dorcas Rigati, the Second Lady of Kenya, ministers and members of parliament, Monica Msenero, Alice Kaboyo, religious leaders who included Pastor Robert Kayanja, Pastor Joseph Sorada, Pastor Jackson Senyonga, among others. Davis Senchindu, Henry Mugwanya, live at 8.
During a media briefing, the spokesperson of Ministry of Internal Affairs, Simon Ndejje, called upon Ugandan citizens traveling to Denmark to be calm as they handle the passport verification process at the different embassies in the country. Let's have more on that.
While addressing the media in response to denial of Uganda's new passports by the Danish embassy, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Simon Ndejje, said that the new polycarbonate passports were approved and certified by the International Civil Aviation Organization.
As the ministry that is responsible for producing passports, we took very keen interest in this matter, and it is only the only passport that we are issuing now is polycarbonate, nothing else. And these passports are being issued in the required law. They are being issued in accordance with the ICAO standards, and these passports are approved and certified by ICAO. ICAO is an organization that regulates travel documents globally. At the onset of the upgrade from paper-based passport to polycarbonate, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ensured all processes, including ICAO certification of the passports, done. We wrote to ICAO and sought permission to change passport, and ICAO responded to that request, and indeed went ahead and certified all our passports.
Ndejje also said that over 7,000 Ugandans have traveled using the polycarbonate passports, with 96 traveling to Denmark.
As I talk now, we have a total of 7,000 Ugandans who have traveled on the new passports. 7,000 according to our records at both Ndejje and other borders. Now, out of these 7,000, we have 96 Ugandans who have traveled on the same passport to Denmark, actually. 96 of them have traveled to Denmark using the new polycarbonate passport. Ugandans must, however, note that in this transition, when we transited from the old passport, this period, and in extremely rare circumstances, of course, as has happened in this one case, there might be delays, and in even more extreme rare cases, denials due to verification measures that are undertaken by various countries.
He also went ahead and assured Ugandans that they are working hand in hand with the Danish embassy to ensure that the verification process is complete.
That is based in Nairobi, and we are in communication ever since this happened, and we are being told that all is being done to ensure that this data verification process is completed with immediate effect. And the assurances we are getting from Danish embassy is that within 2 weeks, our polycarbonate passport will have been certified and approved by the Danish government.
The spokesperson also said that they have registered an increase in cross-border movement, especially at the Kaduna border.
There has been an increase of cross-border movement at Katuna border, and actually other borders with Rwanda. We're experiencing a very huge rise in numbers of travelers at our borders with Rwanda, including Katuna, Mirama Hills, Chanika, border points, among others. The number has actually increased 4 times. This is attributed to the fact that all the restrictions that had been imposed, COVID-19 especially, and mainly on the Rwandan side, where travelers were required to pay 50 francs. 50 francs is about 16,000 Uganda shillings. It was abolished just 2-3 weeks ago.
Simon also tasked citizens to get national IDs because they can be used as travel documents more so in the East African community.
I wish to remind Ugandans that national IDs can be used as travel documents to especially Rwanda and Kenya. We have had some people struggling to get passports to travel to Rwanda and passports to travel to Kenya. There is an arrangement between Kenya and Uganda that is in place where our residents, our citizens, and citizens of Kenya and Rwanda actually can cross to those countries without having a passport. So all you have to do is show your national ID and then you'll be given a document at the airport or at the border, and you'll be able to cross to the other country.
On 30th March 2023, the government of Uganda introduced polycarbonate e-passports with hopes of easing travelers' experiences, improve document verification, and enhance travel security for Uganda citizens. Alan Gamoli, live at 8.
Passport will have been
Now, following this year's Environment Day theme, that is beating plastic pollution, market vendors in Mengo have stressed the need of having proper disposal of plastics to curb the negative effects of plastics on the environment and the ecosystem. Let's have more on that.
Plastic pollution is the accumulation of plastic objects in the Earth's environment that adversely affect wildlife habitat and humans. The examples of plastics include polythene, melamine, soft drink bottles, juice bottles, and water bottles. The chairman of Mengo Market Center, Benon Kalemam Langla, quoted to have said that many things like polythene bags and papers are on demand because they are recycled, and he also advised the business people in Mengo Market Center to maintain the general cleanliness and proper disposal of rubbish in one area where the KCCA can easily get them from.
Ekikwatagana n'obutonde bw'ensi tugezezzaako kirwanyisa lwa nsonga nti buli kimu ky'olaba kyattunzi mu Kampala. Akaveera katunzi kaddayo gye waliwo abakakozesa, akacupa waliwo abakaagala bakakozesa, ebikuta waliwo ababitwala, n'ebikuta ne bwe biba bikuta bya mboga ne bwe ziba nnyaanya nga zoonooneseemu byonna birina abitwala. N'olwekyo abasuubuzi twabakalaatira nti buli muntu alina okubeera ekintu kyakozesezza okufuna waakiteeka ng'akyawudde, buli omu amanye abajja babitwala bajja babinoonya.
Here are some of the people's views in Mengo Market Center about the plastic pollution in Uganda. Salon Gomna Kenya, a citizen of Mengo Market Center, quoted to have said that they do general cleanliness in the market center, especially on Monday, where they collect rubbish like bottles in a way that some companies like Nabugabo collect that rubbish to be used in making other different things.
Government iteka liyagala okuleeta paper bag okusiteekamu ennyama tekisoboka nzi kukulwanga nzi naba tekisoboka. Kubanga olw'ensonga kipapula ekyo kujja nga bakikozemu mu mukola oba nkola kiki simanyi kubanga okyetaaga oba kuwoza ate nga tojja kwoza kipapula ekyo olw'ensonga kikimyukirira ennyama neeyitamu nakanisa wazo negikuteeramu wano okutuuka wali ku mobile money yebekoze ki eba eyiseemu okujja kupoza nga bazzaawo enkola yaffe ey'edda ey'abajjajja abedda okusibanga endagala tusibe mu lulagala n'oleeta ekikapu kyo nga gwe kasitoma nenkuteera mu dolaga ndoleka mu kikapu kyo n'ogenda n'ennyama naye paper bag ndaba tekisoboka.
A citizen of Mengo to Hill added that if they introduce paper bags, this will reduce usage of plastics in a way that plastics pollute the environment and the surrounding communities.
Tetumuteeka wansi tetumumansamansa buli wamu buli omu akunganya mu kabeera ke emmotoka bwejja ne batuyita ne tumuteekako.
Ati ebikuta tubiwaata naye tubitunda tebibeerawo ate kasasiro tumukunganyiza eno midaala mbukuti emabega mmotoka bwejja n'emutwala eya kesisi.
In 2007, the government implemented a policy of number of plastics, and the goal was to avoid the plastics that reusable, not infinitely recyclable, and eventually end up that has no beneficial use, hence being a threat to the environment. Juliet Namatov and Jeff Amanya, live at 8.
On the 24th of June 2023, the Kabaka of Uganda, Ronald Muwenda Muteri II, officially opened the year's edition of the Masaza Cup, which saw defending champions Busiro lose 3-1 against Mawokota Football Club. Let's take a look at the events that unfolded on the 24th.
Mawokota Saza football team recovered from a goal down to overcome Busiro 3-1 during the official opening match of the 2023 Buganda Masaza Cup at the Mutesa 2-1 Kuluhuku Stadium. Abubeka Mayanja, John Innocent Chisoro and Calvin Peter Emayo found the goals for Mawokota, a side coached by former Uganda Cranes Uganda Cranes international Richard Malinga. Muzanyi, last season's most valuable player, gave Busiro the early lead on the quarter-hour mark through a well-converted penalty. The Kabaka had earlier signed on the official tournament ball. Mawokota equalized through Mayanja's diving header in the 30 minutes of a tailing cross by Peter Calvin Emayo. John Innocent Chisoro fired home past goalkeeper Sulaiman Sali from long distance to give Mawokota the lead on the stroke of half-time. Muzanyi missed the glorious opportunity to equalize the game when he blasted high and over a penalty in the first of the 2 added minutes to the mandatory break. At half-time, Member of Parliament cum musician Honorable Hilary Chiyaga performed for the Kabaka match to the applause from the King's subjects and guests. In the second half, Mawokota's Dennis Kondi and Ivan Kandi missed chances to extend the lead. Busiro introduced Ibrahim Kasenge and Robert Athaire to exert some pressure, but the Mawokota backline of Peter Abalia, Captain Joseph Ogwang, and goalkeeper Abraham Opio remained watertight. Emayo scored the match winner in the 9 minutes to sell the game as Mawokota smiled home with the maximum points. Match day 1 continues on 1st and 2nd July 2023 with a number of matches. Jeff Amanya, Njuchi Moses Morgans, live at 8.
The Futsal Association of Uganda on Sunday awarded their players at Old Kampala Arena after Yeka Kaboa FC emerging as the overall winner of the tournament with 25 points and Chisenyi coming in the second place with 20 points. Let's have more on that story.
This comes after they defeated their rivals Chisenyi Futsal Club 2-1 on the final day of the season on Sunday at Old Kampala Futsal Arena. This meant Yek won their second ever title by 5 points after having beaten Edgars 6-2 in their first game of the day. Chisenyi, who finished second, will take some consolation from an outstanding season but ultimately fell short when it mattered most. Coming to the season's match day finale, Chisenyi were level on points with Yek but just collected 1 point in their 2 games to lose grip on the title. They had earlier drew 4-4 with last season's champions KJT before losing to Yek. Having won the title, 2 of Yek's players took home 2 of the 3 individual awards. Sahaf Kakande picked up the award for the best goalkeeper of the season after he conceded a league-low 16 goals in 10 games. Yek's captain and defender Bruno Seglinya was selected the most valuable player of the season for Ozin class throughout the title-winning season. The other award went to Luzira FC's versatile starlet Omar Samuel, who won the Golden Boot for scoring an impressive 13 goals in just 10 games.
That has been live at 8. Thank you very much for watching Ndejje University TV. My name is ANSLEM OJARU. Till next time, bye-bye.